G'day legends, and welcome back to the video. And I'm going to give you an update of the slot shed, what I've done, what I'm about to do, like right now, and what's coming in the very near future. So let's do a little bit of a tour of the slot shed, and I'll talk you through my plans because they're coming along. So let's take a couple steps back. We'll get out of the shed and let's talk about this area first. Yes, everything will be cleaned out. I'm just doing it in sections at the moment. It will make sense in a tick. So right here is about 7.5 meters by about the same in the width. So it's a big space for the scale auto track, which is all stacked over here, getting ready to start thinking about a design. I have built a 4-lane AFX track. This is a test track. I've been running some samples from AFX and the Alpha 2023. This needs to be bigger, it needs to be wider, and needs to be more grand. So I'm going to look for another table of the same size, but that's just temporary for some filming. Of course, still got to cover the walls. This will probably hang on the wall. The Mini Z track will definitely hang on the wall because I can pull that down. It's very light. The drag strip, we'll talk about that in the tick because that might be in the way, but let's come back to that later. But what have I done over here? So I have separated both sides. Now the track will be skirted. I've got some skirting coming. I've left enough space here to come out and width. And of course you can still walk down the side of the track because if you do watch the channel, I do change tracks, but I want to make this bigger. I want to make this better. And if it's going to be a permanent fixture in the shed, it's got to be bigger than that. It's a beautiful track, but I think over time it will change. The back wall here, as you can see, I'm already starting to display some Scalatrix sets. I will be covering that with some, potentially of that black MDF. I do have some of that to cover this middle section, but I do have to figure out how to cover the whole wall. It will get expensive, but it's going to look better with stuff hanging on the wall dedicated to Scalatrix, and of course I'll be running some SCX on here as well, and other brands, but this is the Scalatrix section. Got 4 display cases down the center, all staggered on purpose. This has got your SRC, Scalatrix and SCX, and some more Scalatrix, and I think some BRM goodies in there. Now if we come around the other side, we've got another table where I can sort of move my computer. I'm getting another setup here so I can take photos and videos of the Carrera cars, set the computer up with no hassle, and same on that side. And as you can see, we've got AFX, some NSR, we've got some Carrera in the section, but this area here will be dedicated to a Carrera track, which I am building or planning to build as we speak. So all this will be cleaned out, of course. Same thing on the wall, some more hanging, so we can actually get some fixtures up on the wall, Carrera focused. So this is the space for the Carrera track. It's about, I'd say it's about 3.5 meters, 4 meters by probably 6-ish, 7, but I will try and design something, probably 2-lane, I'm not too sure yet. Now this is the next thing. I'm gonna clear all this off, and this might be where the HO drag strip lives because that's exactly 7.8 meters, and that is enough to make it a scale 164 quarter mile. So I think we will be using that. It's got a metal bench top, it's perfectly flat, I can hang some more stuff up behind it. I think that is the way to go. So I potentially will be moving the drag strip, but don't worry because it's going to get better. So talking about the scale auto track, here it all is going to be here. We've got a heap of scale auto track stacked in here. Once I start moving these cupboards and shelving, I can then start thinking about how to plan with the tables. We've got Maggie back, but I think it's going to be a pretty epic place. What is my plan for the future? Well, obviously I'm reviewing Scalatrix, reviewing Carrera and other brands. I want to give them the best opportunity to be tested on 2 of the leading brand tracks, Carrera and Scalatrix. That's the most available track that we can get probably worldwide. Yes, we have SCX, we've got Polycar, we've got Scale Auto. I've dedicated that to a club track because with thanks from Schollsche Slots and Scale Auto, there's a lot of track there and it should be used. So I think we'll be one of the first with a big track in Australia for Scale Auto. When I say we, it is a partnership with Schollsche Slots, so thank you, legend. So I do want to be able to test every brand on that, not just Scalatrix. So people say, Trav, can my Pioneer run on there? Trav, can this car run on there? I know what to answer. I know the answers pretty much already, but I can prove that on camera because I've only really been running Carrera and sets, not track. Same on here, I can show the difference between the track, the pros and cons, because there is pros and cons between Carrera and Scalatrix and the other brands, and I will talk through that. For my use of space, Carrera has always been my go-to, and I do love Carrera, but I've got to be honest, I'm impressed with the Arc Pro, I really am. And some of the cars with the smaller guides perform, in my personal opinion, perform better on this track because of the smaller guide slot. It all makes sense when I start doing reviews, but we've got the option to run cars on both track, plus the Scale Auto track. So awesome stuff to come. Yes, HO to come, and that's about it for now. So it will look different in time. Please be patient with me because this is a very expensive venture. We did take a hit with the freight container. We might as well talk about that while we're here. That is going to be a lot of money to fix for something that I really can't take on the road yet. So at the moment it's been covered up. It will be up for sale, or it is up for sale. If I can make some money back on that, that goes back into the channel, so then I can start finishing off all of this. I'm thinking about putting some acoustic on the roof because when it rains, I can't record vocals in here. It's just too loud. Doing a review is not a problem where I'm not speaking, but you cannot do the news. And at the moment I am, because it's been sunny. So we're getting there. Last thing, table. I've got a lot of toys to play with when it comes to airbrushing. Of course, Icky Sticky have sent me a lot of stuff to use. We've got Outlaw paints. I mean, that's the paints I'm using as much as I can on the channel. I've got a lot of projects to do, but this is taking precedence. And what else? I think that is it. Plus kits and models and everything, blah, 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 blah. The reason I want to move this is behind here we have my concrete slab, which keeps pushing back. So behind here is another 1.5 meters by about 8 meters. So that could be punched out from pretty much roof, well, not roof, but center height, and create a door. And that could be almost a pit area if I have hosting races here, which that's the plan. So this is taking up some space that I didn't really think about before, but we have found a space for it. So there you go. That is the wrap on the current slot shed. It looks a bit messy. I do apologize. Trust me, it was a lot more messy before. I think we've got a good plan moving forward. Thanks for sticking with me. Lots of content to come. Loving the brands. I'm going to say thank you to a lot of brands because they are still supporting the channel, and this just shows them that I'm dedicated to try and review the product I can the best for them. So here we go. Slot shed, is it 2.0? Yeah, it's still 2.0 update. But be safe, take care, support your local. If this is the kind of content you like, or if you want to see this grow and become better, consider subscribing. Bye!
Wow!